How to start a consulting company. If you are an expert in your field, your services could be in demand. Many companies have a need for a professional consultant for a variety of reasons. A consultant can be called in to offer expertise and skills to handle a short project or make changes in the way an organization communicates or does business. Consulting services can be attractive because they are often a more flexible and money-saving approach than hiring a full-time employee. Consulting services are one of the fastest-growing areas in small business, so learning how to set up a consulting firm could really pay off. Part 1. Considering your qualifications. 1. Evaluate your expertise. Your expertise, or what you know about a certain field, is the fundamental reason why clients will hire you. Choose a consulting area where you have a lot of knowledge and experience. A good consultant has the expertise to anticipate what questions and problems a client will have. You should not have to be told what needs fixing. If you are passionate about a field but aren't entirely up to date in it, get that training now. It's much better to figure out where you are before you set up your firm than when a client comes to you with a problem you can't tackle. Some of the top areas for consulting include the following: accounting, advertising, marketing, communications, grant writing, public relations, and writing and editing. 2. Consider your skills. As a consultant, you will need to be able to explain why your services are the best. Many people may have the same knowledge as you, and this is where skills come in. For example, you might be great with numbers and a people person. This skill would give you an advantage over a consultant who is great with numbers but not a good communicator. Determining what skills you have will help you present yourself to clients and set you apart from the competition. Consider: are you good at being objective? Are you an excellent writer? Skilled at communicating problems without sounding too harsh or judgmental? A creative problem solver who can come in and fix issues? Good at teaching or training others? These are all roles that consultants frequently fill. Think broadly about your skills, and you might even find that you have some that surprise you. 3. Examine your personality. Think about what your priorities and needs are. Some people will be better suited to being their own boss than others because of their personality traits and life goals. To succeed at consulting, you should have the following personality characteristics: a strong sense of organization, a love of networking, the ability to think creatively, the ability to motivate and supervise yourself, the ability to handle risk and unpredictability. Your needs and goals may also help determine whether consulting is right for you. Being your own boss can give you freedom and flexibility. It can also mean that you don't always have a reliable, steady income, especially when you're first starting out. You may also not keep a regular work schedule. If these things seem unappealing to you, consulting might not be the right choice. 4. Determine whether you need special certifications or licensing. In addition to your small business license, you may also need to file other paperwork to practice consulting in your area. For example, in most states, financial planners, real estate agents, and fundraising consultants need some sort of certification or licensure. The last thing you want to do is establish your firm, set up a network of clients, and then get shut down because you forgot to get the appropriate credentials. Certification usually involves meeting education and work experience requirements. There is usually an exam and a fee. Even if certification in your field is not required, its prestige could give you a competitive advantage in finding work. Part 2. Setting up your company. 1. Do some market research. Look for coverage gaps are in your area of expertise. What are other companies already doing? Is there a niche in your area that you can fill? What clients and companies could benefit from your knowledge and skills? Can you target a particular audience to make yourself stand out? What are the going rates for services like yours? Think about how you'll distinguish your services from others. For example, imagine you're a marketing consultant. Your market research shows that all the other marketing consultants in your area specialize in big business. Focus your company on working with small businesses instead. Suddenly, you're the only expert in the neighborhood. Many businesses, non-profit agencies, government departments, and individuals hire consultants, especially during crunch times like just before large trade shows or during tax season. 2. Develop a business plan. It's important to write a business plan to help you figure out how to turn your knowledge and skills into profit. If you have to find investors for start-up capital, you'll need to show them a solid business plan to convince them to invest. A basic business plan will include the following. A mission statement: who are you and what does your company stand for? What are your goals? Market research on demand for your skills: who needs your services? Who is likely to buy them? Advertising and marketing plan: how will you attract clients? How do your competitors do so? Financial projections: how much money will you need to set up your company? How much money will you need to keep your business running? 3. Decide on a location. Many consultants operate their companies from home offices. This can be a great choice because you don't have to find a separate location, pay rent, or think about a commute. Once your business expands, you may need to find a different location. When you're just starting out, keeping your expenses to a minimum will help your bottom line. Make sure to keep your home office separate from your personal living space as much as possible. If you use a spare bedroom, for example, don't also use it as a guest room. Keeping your home office on its own will make your life much easier when tax season comes around. 4. Determine your financial goals. You need to have an idea of how much money your company will need to stay operational, including travel expenses, any business overhead, and your own salary. Writing your business plan will help you nail this information down. Use this to determine your hourly rate or consulting fees. It can be hard to get information on your competitors' rates, but you may be able to ask someone in your professional network for advice. Websites such as Careers in Business can also help you find out what other consultants in your area earn. Surprisingly, new consultants tend to undercharge. This can be bad for business for several reasons. Fees that are too low may not give your clients confidence that you are the top person in your field. Charging too little can make it hard for you to keep your business afloat. There are many ways to organize your fees. You can charge by the hour or by the project. You can work on retainer, where a business or client pays you a set monthly fee for your continual services. If you're just starting out, it may be more comfortable for your clients to start with an hourly fee. The business you're in may also help determine how you charge for your consulting services. IT consultants often charge by the hour, while management or marketing consultants often charge by the project. Financial planners and accountants often work on retainer. 5. Register your business. Although it's not always required, registering your consulting company with state and local offices can provide several benefits. For example, a registered business can get a tax identification number from the IRS. This number will allow you to qualify for business bank and credit accounts, among other things. Talk to a lawyer or accountant to find out how to register a consulting company, as the process varies by state. You may also want to consider incorporating your business, especially if you need to limit your liability, i.e., make sure that your personal assets aren't up for grabs if you're sued or take a loss. Consult with a securities attorney and an accountant to help you decide whether incorporation is right for you. 6. Decide how to handle administrative tasks. Determine whether you have time to do it yourself or if it would make more sense to hire an employee to do tasks like mailing sales brochures, answering the phone, and setting up appointments. You may be able to find a service that offers temporary administrative assistance, such as a secretarial support firm. This could be a good option if you only have an administrative crunch a few times a year. It could also be helpful if you just need someone to handle administrative tasks while you get your company up and running. Hiring an employee to officially work for your company usually requires that you have certain business and tax procedures in place. Check with your accountant before you hire an official employee. 7. Create your brand. Particularly if you're just starting out, a strong brand identity will help communicate who you are and what you do to potential clients. Purchase professional business cards, create a website, and maintain social media accounts like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. It's important to keep your accounts up to date. Post regularly to show that you're committed to staying in touch with the developments in your field. Consider starting a professional blog. This can be a great way for you to show off your extensive knowledge and experience. It will also help potential customers get to know you. Part 3. Running your company. 1. Engage in networking activities. Join local business associations and professional groups to market your services. Attend trade and industry shows in your field. Speak at public events. Teach aspects of your field via local adult education classes. Hold seminars or training sessions to showcase your professional consultant skills. Networking will help you connect with other business experts in your area. These people may end up having connections that can help you out. Be generous with your time and advice, and others will usually want to help you in return. Invest enough time into networking to keep your business running. Some experts suggest that close rates, the number of clients who hire you after your sales pitch, are between 10% and 20% for consultants. This means that you will need to constantly go after new business, meet new people, and market your services. 2. Practice effective time management and organization. Adjust your schedule to have enough time for sales and networking activities as well as actual consulting. Keep your schedule and work areas well organized to make it easier to take care of tasks and manage your time. If you're bad about wasting time on things like social media sites, try making yourself do tasks in short, concentrated bursts. The Pomodoro method involves having yourself set a time for a short period of time, such as 20 or 40 minutes. You will focus exclusively on your task during that time, no interruptions. Then, you take a quick break before doing your next task. Techniques like this can help you boost your productivity. 3. Do cold calls. Unlike traditional sales services, where you usually have a distinct product that people want, donuts, cars, dentistry, your skills are the product in consulting. Your clients may not even be aware that they need your services, but cold calling can let them know how much you could help them. Plan ahead. Do a little research on the potential clients you plan to cold call. Having a little information on the person, company will help you target potential clients that could really benefit from your services. You'll also feel more knowledgeable and confident when you cold call if you've done a bit of groundwork first. Cold calls should have a script that introduces you and your services. This shouldn't sound overly formal or rehearsed. You should show that you respect your prospect's time by having a statement like, "I know you're busy and I respect your time, so we'll be brief." Have a hook. This should be a compelling fact or reason that will get your prospect's attention. For example, my firm just saved Lucky's Donuts $4,000 on powdered sugar by revamping their shipping plan. I'm reaching out because I wanted to see if there's a way my services can benefit your company too. Invite them to talk. If you can get your prospect to talk about their business by asking them a question or two, they're more likely to stay on the line. Think past the phone. You can also use email and LinkedIn to introduce yourself and your services. In fact, it's a good idea to send a warm call first via email or LinkedIn to tell a prospective client that you'll be calling them in a few days. Keep emails and messages short. Don't be pushy. While you definitely do want to close the sale, you don't want to come across as being pushy or overly aggressive. Focus on the personal service relationship you can create between your company and the client. How can you help them? That will help you come across as trustworthy rather than a shill. 4. Promote your company. Some consultants view traditional advertising, such as buying print ads in newspapers or having TV ads, as a bad idea for a consulting company. These advertising types may seem to cheapen your brand. Instead, create original, helpful content in your field of expertise that's easily found online. Write online and print articles and publish them on your blog, in the local paper, and in various trade magazines. Keep your social media profiles up to date with great information about your field. When customers see your expertise displayed this way, they'll feel good about hiring you. Advertising in publications by your professional association and trade journals or magazines can be a good idea. These publications are already targeted to a specific audience, and ads in them are less likely to be seen as amateurish. Good informative brochures can also be a great advertising tactic. A brochure should tell your potential clients who you are, exactly what services you offer, why they should hire you, and a bit about your successes. Maintaining a newsletter is another great way to keep prospective and current clients informed about your services and your skill set. Keep your newsletter simple and provide a few great pieces of information every month. You can look at newsletters published by other companies by examining newsletter directories such as the Oxbridge Directory of Newsletters and Hudson's Newsletter Directory, both of which should be available at your local library. Remember that word of mouth is still one of the most powerful advertisements for any company. Do a great job and treat your clients like people, not profits, and they will be happy to refer their friends to you. 5. Ask for referrals. You may feel awkward about doing this at first, but keep in mind that if you've done your job, your customers should be comfortable recommending your services to people they know. If you're worried that your clients wouldn't be comfortable referring you, then you might want to consider why. Is it because you're not used to taking a direct approach, or is it because you're genuinely worried that your services aren't good enough? If you're not asking for referrals just because you think it's somehow odd, you're missing out on a huge opportunity.